Hello and welcome once again to the GameSpot Show Daily. I am managing editor Justin Haywald, joined by our video producer Jake Decker.
How's it going?
Good.
Where's Callie and Michael?
Well, Callie's secret trip has been revealed. If you follow her on Twitter or if you look at the news today, there's been a whole bunch of really exciting Pokemon stuff. So that's why she's been out all week. She's actually in Tokyo. She's been covering this news. She's been talking to Masuda and the other Pokemon developers. She might have some other secrets and stuff to reveal when she gets back. Michael Hyam, on the other hand, his secret stuff will probably have to wait.
Still secret.
It's still super secret. He works for the CIA. So yesterday I said that I wasn't going to be here. I lied. I'm sorry. But we did fire Jean-Luc because of all of the technical issues. He's gone. And now, Jake, you have to step up.
No technical issues so far.
I'm joking. Jean-Luc is still here. All of it was my fault because I'm a terrible person. But we have a lot of stuff to run through today. Yeah, we're not the host that you come for, but hopefully you still want to hear some news. We're going to run down this Pokemon stuff, but before we get into Pokemon, there was a really big, semi-big announcement this morning, I guess.
I'd say it's pretty big.
And that would be Fallout 76, which I don't know what that means. It was revealed through a trailer that Fallout 76 is going to be Bethesda's new game, and it will obviously feature Fallout Vault 76. Mm-hmm. We saw some screens. We saw an incredibly brief teaser trailer that revealed
almost nothing.
Pretty much nothing.
It's very similar to other Fallout teasers where it just plays some music in the background and zooms out of a empty area. But this didn't really give us an idea of where it. Well, I mean, there's hints at where it could take place, but it basically just showed the inside of a vault.
Well, so we do know some things.
We know.
Historically, Vault 76 is a vault within the canon for the game series. And Vault 76 was apparently a control vault. It had 500 occupants. It was one of the 17 known control vaults. So like a control vault being one of them that didn't have any of the super weird stuff going on. Like some of the others would have maybe one guy and 500 girls or something weird going on. My favorite, I think, was Vault 69. Because why not? So in Fallout 3, an audio log mentioned that a vault inspector had been abducted by aliens while inspecting Vault 76.
Yeah, I have a feeling that'll tie in at some point. But I think what's more interesting about this vault, well, maybe not more interesting, but I think what's an important thing to note about Vault 76 is that, I forget what they call it exactly, but basically there's 500 people in this vault, and there's no experiments that take place.
A control vault. We call it
a control vault.
We're just not listening to anything I just said. No, you're pushing
I guess
buttons.
not. I was pushing buttons.
So I think part of the reason also that this is called Vault 76 is because it's going to be celebrating the American tricentennial. So in 2076, when our country is 300 years old, that's when this one is supposed to open. So we're assuming that this will open up in 2076. When have the other Fallout games been set? This
is the earliest one.
So this is kind of the prequel to all of the other Fallout games.
At least the earliest of all the Bethesda ones. I'm not entirely sure about the older ones, but I'm pretty sure this is the early one because I think it's 20 years after the bombs drop, which you may have said too, but I wasn't listening.
That nobody ever listens to me. So most things, I feel like then this could either be something that's set very early within that Fallout universe, or it's probably going to be set in a very different place. So some people have conjectured that they're playing Country Roads, which is a song that reminds me more of that Studio Ghibli film, Whisper of the Heart. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
It makes me think of that movie because it plays a big part in that show. So could it be set in West Virginia or someplace in the Midwest?
That seems too obvious.
Too on the nose?
That seems too obvious. I'm still hoping it's New Orleans because I remember that trademark got leaked a while and there's been rumors that maybe it'll be Fallout New Orleans. I kind of don't think that's it, but I think that could be a cool setting.
Yeah, New Orleans could work. And it's also the developer for this. There are literally no details in this trailer, but I think Obsidian came out, not on the record, but in their Twitter account kind of making jokes about them not being involved in this and having to let people down, that this is not going to be a remake of Fallout New Vegas or anything like that.
So Bethesda Game Studios, not the publisher, the developer, has opened up more studios since Fallout 4. Actually, I think during Fallout 4. So I think basically they're splitting up their teams, and I don't think this is going to be a Todd Howard joint. I mean, I'm sure he'll have a huge part in it, but I don't think it'll be like a Todd Howard-led Fallout game.
But
That's
he'll
my
probably
take.
have some stuff to share about this. In
Oh yeah, I'm
E3.
sure he will. I'm sure he will. I don't know. I have a bunch of rumors and theories that are probably all wrong, but
Well, what are they?
I don't want to get into those.
Is it because they're weird?
Well, okay. All right, here goes. So I think Bethesda, maybe not. I think Bethesda has 2 games in the work, which I think they've actually said before that they have 2 games in the work. I think this is one of them, and then the other is obviously this is one of them, and then I think the other is that Starfield game that's been
So you think
teased
those
for a
will come
while.
out concurrently? Like I would have thought that
Maybe
their
not
big game.
concurrently, but I think they will both be shown at E3, and maybe Starfield will come out next year, and this is kind of just to hold people over. But also, there's been rumors that this isn't going to be your like typical Fallout game,
Mm-hmm.
so that's also interesting. People were like theorizing that this could be like Fallout Online, which I do not think is true at all. I don't think Bethesda Game Studios would make an MMO.
I mean, we have Elder Scrolls Online.
But,
Like
Bethesda Game Studios didn't make that though.
Yeah.
ZeniMax Online, I think, made that. So I think if it was Fallout Online, I don't think Bethesda Game Studios would have made it.
would you play Fallout Online?
No, I recently played Elder Scrolls Online and I did not like it.
So the other detail that came out of this trailer is that a Pip-Boy in it reads October 27th, 2021. And some people are conjecturing that that's the release date, but I don't think it's going to come out in 2021. I think that's too far out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Also, so October 27th is a Saturday, which, is not a very traditional video game release date. Like you would think maybe a Friday. So we'll see how all of that pans out, but kind of some exciting stuff for this morning.
Yeah.
Because all of the rest of the news happened last night. And the big news from last night was the stuff that Callie saw. So she'd written up all these stories. She got to see a whole bunch of really cool Pokemon stuff. And that kicked off with the reveal that the Nintendo Switch core Pokemon game is going to come out, but not till 2019. So they actually released a Switch game. They talked about a new game coming up. And they talked about the Pokemon, the real game that we're probably all waiting for. But that's not going to happen until 2019. And they kind of revealed this in a tweet as well during that presentation.
Yeah, I was refreshing Pokemon Twitter to see everything, even though we already kind of knew, but I still wanted to know all the details.
And
I
I did not expect this to be something that they would even talk about. And I don't think they're going to bring this up again at E3 because Nintendo's covering all of this so early. Like, I bet this is just something to get it out of the way so that it's not even a part of E3. It's not a part of the conversation.
Well, I think they know that if, because they've already announced this Pokemon game, and I think they know that if they showed off Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, everyone would be like, what? This is the game we've been waiting for? And then a bunch of people would throw fits on Twitter like people do every day. So yeah, I think it makes sense to get this out of the way.
So I know that you're more excited for the Let's Go games than probably a lot of people, but interestingly, these games, so they also announced Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. They're not remakes of previous games. They're really kind of a different take on the Pokemon franchise, I think, from Nintendo, especially after having Pokemon Go, which it's going to take some of those design elements, some of that gameplay, but it's going to put it in a more traditional game type. So what do you think about this? The trailer, I don't know, it doesn't fill me with a ton of hope. As far as like whether this is a game for me or not.
I think if this was supposed to be the Pokemon game that they were talking about, I would be disappointed too. But as you said, this will be a good thing to hold me over. And I really want to go back to Kanto. Like, I think it'll be really cool to see that in 3D and like these better graphics. But like, honestly, the one thing I'm worried about is not having leveling. Like, I'm curious how that's going to work.
Did they confirm that there is no leveling in the game?
Well, according to our notes, there isn't leveling, or there's a different kind of leveling.
Yeah.
Maybe not leveling. It won't be the same leveling as before. They want to simplify it. However, I think it's kind of okay, like as just like a first foray into the Pokemon series on Switch. Like, I think I think it'll work, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's more similar than a lot of people originally think. Like, it seems like the big difference is catching Pokemon, which is more Pokemon Go mechanics, but it's still going to be Pokemon battles and like exploring Kanto. Like, I don't think people should be too worried. And also the co-op looks kind of cool.
Yeah, so some of the details that we got about this, that it's going to be designed by Junichi Masuda, so from Game Freak, and it's designed to be a player's first Pokemon. Which is always a little bit weird because you've had so many Pokemon games. Like, who's interested in Pokemon that has never played a Pokemon game? It's like, well, I'll try this out. And especially if you've never tried one, you probably play Pokemon Go because that has no barrier to entry. But Masuda, Junichi Masuda, who's going to be the director, is a longtime composer. He became the producer, and he's now going to be directing these Let's Go series of games. And they're inspired by Pokemon Yellow and set in the Kanto region, but they're not a remake of Pokemon Yellow, which that's a little bit disappointing. Like, would you have wanted a remake of those, or do you want this kind of new take on it?
I'm okay with the new take. I did want a remake, but I think a new. I more, like I said, I more just wanted to visit Kanto again. And I'm open to see what they try with this. Like I said, however, I probably wouldn't be so open to it if I didn't know Pokemon 2019 was in the pipeline.
And so you can see this in the trailer as well, that some of the Pokemon will follow you, which was the thing that Pokemon Yellow introduced, having Pikachu follow along behind your character. Later games would let other Pokemon follow you.
Yeah, they haven't done since Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think.
And in this one, like, the games are focused on Pikachu and Eevee, but you'll be able to be followed by, I think, any Pokemon that you make as your
So I think you always have either Pikachu or Eevee on your shoulder or head, and then you'll have another Pokemon behind you.
And this will feature the 151 original Pokemon, as well as their Alolan forms from Sun and Moon, their Hawaiian forms.
So we can catch Executor with the big long neck, which is the best Alolan Pokemon.
Have you started playing Pokemon? Have you played Pokemon Go? Are you a Pokemon Go fan?
I played it when it came out.
Because there are so many Executors around everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. They're surrounding the office. You can't leave the office without just like smacking into an Executor.
Well, that's...
It's great. They're kind of powerful.
Do you still play Pokemon Go?
I stopped for a long time.
Do you think
and then
you
I
will because of this?
I picked it up again. So I started playing.
This?
Yeah, because of this. You have the. I want to see what that
Chill.
functionality, what that crossover is going to be like.
Yeah, I kind of do too, but I don't know if I can go back to Pokemon.
How far did you get in Pokemon Go?
But I mean, I don't know. I got to level like 12 or something.
You didn't even play the game. You
yeah.
didn't get to the raids. You didn't get to the real stuff.
Watching this trailer, though, I recognize almost every single place they show, and that's one of the reasons why I got so excited. I'm like, oh, there's this place again. There's Viridian City. There's this, and I don't know. It just looks so cool seeing it like this.
And I like that they are borrowing from Pokemon Go as far as the mechanics, because capturing Pokemon really isn't the most fun part of the game. Because you're just battling against them, and then when you battle against real trainers, it doesn't feel incredibly different. Like, this definitely separates capturing Pokemon from that battle mechanic, and that utilizing that throwing motion. Like, it's fun. It's very, very soothing, I think, to toss balls up.
Yeah, you won't accidentally knock out super rare Pokemon either.
Some other interesting facts that we learned is that you'll be able to see Pokemon in the overworld before you attempt to catch them, which I always appreciate. The randomness of any RPG is less fun than going, well, here's a battle that I want to engage in. And Pokemon that you get in Pokemon Go will also be able to be transferred to the Let's Go games. Because it's a lot easier to get some of those shiny versions in Pokemon Go. So
that's what Callie was super excited about, because she said she's been trying to get a shiny Charizard forever, and it's pretty easy. No, I don't know if it's easy, but it's much easier to get them in Pokemon Go than it is normally. But the question is when Pokemon 2019 comes out, will you be able to trade those shinies off into that?
I feel like there will be some kind of functionality. Like, I don't feel like they'll leave that behind.
Yeah.
Because we also don't know anything about Pokemon Box and how that will tie into it.
And then there's that secret Pokemon that they were teasing too at the end.
Yeah, so at the end of this game will be a brand new Pokemon that... I mean, that doesn't feel super special either, because there are like 600 something Pokemon.
There are like 700.
There are so many Pokemon. Yeah. It's like having a new one.
I wonder if it's even a new one, or if it's just like Mew or something like that.
No, I think
Mew would already be in there.
Mew with like scales,
Celebi
and teeth. You'll be able to trade with other players, although Masuda did not comment on whether the Let's Go games will be compatible with other games and with Pokemon Bank. So hopefully we'll learn more about that. I think post E3, like, there'll probably be another like separate thing or a separate preview thing.
A Pokemon-focused one?
I think so.
Yeah,
like
I could definitely see that.
And you mentioned this while we were watching the trailer, that it also has that 2-player co-op. Is this something that you think you'd play along with somebody else?
I think it depends how they do it, because I feel like this can go a lot of... Justin almost spilled his coffee everywhere.
It was an incredibly exciting moment.
Let me... Because I think there's a lot of ways you can do it, and there's a lot of ways that I could be disappointed maybe in how they do it. Like I'm curious. Like, so will the other person use my Pokemon, or will they bring in their Pokemon? Will you be able to like
Would you be
progress
okay?
in someone else's game and then like transfer what you've done to your game? I kind of don't think so.
Would you be okay if somebody else used your Pokemon, or are you very
No,
protective?
I don't want anyone to touch my Pokemon.
See, I wouldn't have this problem. I live a very lonely, solitary existence. I will just be playing this alone. The co-op doesn't interest me at all.
I'll probably play a little bit of co-op. A little bit of co-op.
So let's go Pikachu.
But I'll play with the other hand. So like, one will
Oh
be-
no, that's a good idea. Then it's
Yeah.
like having a friend. Sometimes if you paint your nails, then it's like you have a different person holding the controller,
Mhm.
and you just sit on your hand until it becomes numb, and then it's like, who's holding that controller? I don't know. It's like my friend. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee will release for Switch worldwide on November 16th.
There's also
Something that we saw a little bit in that trailer and that we've seen a little bit in these images is for this new controller. It's called the Pokeball Plus. How are you plussed about this, or are you non-plussed? The Pokeball Plus
I'll
controller.
probably get it because I'm a sucker,
It's
and I'll probably throw it through my TV.
looking at the trailer. I thought that it might just be a button, but it's like you have an analog controller on that. Like you can
You're right.
actually control the game with this controller. It's not just a motion controller that you use for catching. You'll be able to move around. I assume click it in when you need to, make an action or something. Like there must be some other button on there that makes
It
playing
looks
games
like
possible.
maybe the top there's a button.
Yeah, like this area.
Yeah.
So would you use this?
I'd definitely try it out. That's for sure. I do want to try it out. I don't think I'd ever like because I know in the trailer it showed you could like put Pikachu in there and take him with you. I don't think I'd ever do that. But
No, that is like part of the main thing. Like, did you not have a Pokewalker? Would you not bring a Pokemon with you? And
yeah, when I was 5, I would have loved this.
why do you've lost the joy in your heart?
No,
That childlike wonder.
probably.
So
I'm still so excited for Pokemon though.
So it also lights up, it vibrates, it plays
That's pretty
sounds. When
cool.
you put Pikachu in it, it'll make Pikachu sounds. Like the trailer that they showed for that had somebody rubbing it on the table and a Pikachu.
That's gonna be you.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be you.
this because it's just me. Like maybe I can get an extra Pokeball controller and give the other Joy-Con to that controller and pretend that the Pokemon is playing with me. But it's unclear if it'll have all the functions of a Joy-Con, so maybe it wouldn't be able to actually play the game with me. It'll utilize motion controls to allow you to shake to catch wild Pokemon in the Let's Go games, like mimicking a throwing motion, and is going to break your TV. Hopefully it's a little bit padded. It's hard to tell like whether it's soft or hard material. Like I imagine there'll be some peripheral at some point that's like some kind of plastic coating that will help protect your devices and other people
Yeah,
from bodily harm. Otherwise,
probably. Make sure to put that strap on.
when we get this in the office, I think that we should throw these at different people. Just throw it at people and see how much it hurts.
Mike Mahardy.
Yeah, just go behind a
See
wild
if we
Mike
can
Mahardy
catch him. I'd carry him around in my pocket all day if I had him in a Pokeball.
and see if it leaves a bruise. I want to know. So it'll be compatible. You can also use this massive Pokeball controller with Pokemon Go if you want to use it with your phone. It's large. Are you going to be
It
carrying
didn't
this
look
around
that
your
big.
It's bigger than
like
your
this
phone.
big.
It's
Bigger than your.
it's hands up. My hands are tiny. It would
It's
be
not that big.
it would be massive
It's
in
not
my
that big.
my tiny hands. So you'd be able to catch Pokemon and catch Pokestops, kind of like the Pokewalker works. And you'd also you wouldn't store Pokemon in it, but it'll let you walk around and get rewards. Like if you're getting some kind of reward from that, you don't think that'd be worth it, or does it matter what the rewards are going to be?
Was it also Heart Gold and Soul Silver that had the Pokewalker too?
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't.
You
use
would
that.
level them up. You would
I
carry it
didn't use
around. The Pokemon would level up.
Didn't use that. I used it for a day, and then I was like, if anyone in my college sees this, I'm gonna be made fun of for the rest of my. No, I'm just kidding. I just think I lost it day one.
So I'm actually more okay with the Poke controller. I want to try that out than I am with the final announcement from this gauntlet of Pokemon news, which was Pokemon Quest. So Pokemon Quest was announced and released last night.
Yeah, you're playing it, aren't you? Or you started to play it?
I played it last night. You download it. It's a free to start game, like several other Nintendo properties. And we have a trailer that'll show some of this off. I love the art style. Like I love that kind of
Art
block.
style's pretty cool.
It makes me think of Crossy Road. Mm-hmm. It's like very cute. The gameplay, it is a mobile game. It is a mobile game on Switch.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was getting. Like, it's cool that it released today or yesterday, though, like right during the conference.
Yeah, it's cool. It would have been better if it just released on your phone.
Yeah.
So you can go out on expeditions with your Pokemon, which will search out battles on their own. You don't really have to attack. So you see there's this auto attack button in the left-hand side. If you just push that, your Pokemon will attack and go through these battles for you. You can be involved and select the attacks that they do, but they're walking around randomly. So I found it's easier just to hit auto and let them do it. But you can select those moves. So like Tackle deals more damage, while Whirlpool would produce 2 pillars of water that spin around Squirtle and damaging enemies. So you can be a little strategic, but you're not controlling your Pokemon directly.
You said there's like a time limit though, right? Like your Pokemon run out of energy and you have to wait.
So it is an energy-based thing where you're only able to go on so many expeditions before you either have to wait for your timer to refill, which isn't like a full day. Like I think it's 20 to 30 minutes is how long it took. Or you can use their virtual currency, which is because it's a mobile game. You buy the currency and
so let's say you can get it's coming soon to App Store.
Yes, it's coming at some point to mobile devices.
So then let's say on the train I played for 20 minutes and I'm like, I kind of want to play more, but my Switch isn't connected online, so I can't pay for any things until I am connected to Wi-Fi, and then I can buy more energy, and then
Correct.
I can.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to play this. You wouldn't be able to continue doing that.
Okay,
but
that's kind of.
There are things that you can do that do earn that premium currency in the game, but like these types of games, it is a very slow process to earn that real premium currency. I think they even call it premium currency. So there are a couple other elements to this. One is cooking food, and the food lets you attract new Pokemon to your area. And so you're collecting these things like berries and mushrooms and things, and you put them into a pot and you cook stuff, and that will get Pokemon to come to you. When you go on expeditions, that lowers the counter. Like a lot of games have used this kind of mechanic. Or you can, again, spend that premium currency to just cook it automatically and bring more Pokemon to your place. And you could also decorate your area, which it showed a little bit earlier, this base camp.
I like that magic cart back there.
This is cooking. So your yellow curry a la cube. If you cook a lot of yellow things, it'll make a yellow thing. So you set decorations that have different effects across all of your different Pokemon. So we do have some information on how much this costs. If you haven't downloaded it yourself, of course, it's free to start. You can get a regular expedition pack for $5, a great pack for $10, an ultra pack for $18, or get all 3 of them.
Is there a master pack?
There is. Well, the master pack also gets you a master ball that you can use to decorate your thing. Only $30.
Wow, top 10 inappropriate Pokemon moments censored.
Are there 10 inappropriate Pokemon moments?
Well, I remember in the show there was one episode that they had to take off air
from
because
the show.
it had a gun. One of them got robbed at gunpoint or something like that.
And I know there was kind of a weird bikini moment or something in one of the.
I think so.
I don't think the games have those kind of moments.
No.
So you're leveling up your Pokemon as you go on these expeditions. They grow higher in level, and you're also like getting stones and other things that you slot into them to increase their hit points or increase their attack. You can pay $3 per stone, 3 real world dollars, or 100 of the premium tickets, and you get free premium tickets every 24 hours. So you have to log in, click the button for free premium tickets, and get a couple tickets.
I feel like if I really wanted to play a Pokemon mobile game, I'd probably just go with Pokemon Go. I mean, I understand that they're very different.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the one that's going to tie into Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Pokemon Go is, not Quest.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if this does? What if this has some kind of carryover?
Maybe it will.
I don't think it will.
I think it will.
So it'll be coming to iOS and Android sometime in late June, probably. I don't think there's not a set date, but this will be available on mobile. I'll probably try it out a little bit more then. I don't see this as a game that I'm going to play on Switch, though.
Yeah. I'll probably download it when it comes to mobile as well. But yeah, I don't think I'll play on Switch.
You know a game that I am going to play on Switch, though?
Mega Man 11.
No, I'm going to play Sonic Team Racing.
It's
like Mario Kart, but with Sonic characters.
I just play Mario Kart then.
Yeah. Were you not a big Sonic Team Racing person back in the day?
No, not really.
Yeah, neither was I. I was more Mario Kart. But there was a new Sonic Team Racing game announced, and people are hyped. It's going to be coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC this winter. It'll have the same gameplay elements as the 2010 Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. It have 15 characters, including Sonic, Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, Amy. Characters have varying speed, power, and technique. but it's fewer characters than Transformed, which had 27. And there are 14 different types of offensive and defensive items. That's a lot. It's like Mario Kart doesn't have that many, right?
How many? 47?
14 items.
Mario Kart's got probably more than that.
Really?
Or it's got around that.
Maybe it has infinite.
Well, I know you can pick up the 8 thing, and it gives you 8 different items, but then there are more items that aren't there. Maybe it's not 14, but it's got to be close to 14.
You just have like banana and 3 bananas. I still just count that as banana. You have red shell
fine.
or 3 red shells. It's still just red
3.
shells.
Okay, fine.
So this one, but for the Sonic Team Racing, it will have new modes. It'll have Team Racing, where you can race as a team, which like Mario Kart Double Dash, I think. I wonder if it's similar to that.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool, because that's an itch that I feel like a lot of people have wanted scratched since Mario Kart Double Dash, where 2 people are on a cart. But I don't think it'll be like that. I think it'll just be like you're on the red team of cars and you're on the blue team of cars.
Or one person controls the steering, the other person controls the brakes and acceleration.
That'd be a nightmare.
And it'll have 12-player online multiplayer, as well as local split screen with up to 4 players.
Split screen's not dead.
Well, split screen's never been dead. Switch has brought it back, even when you have that really tiny screen, just like broken up. That's how I play all of my multiplayer games now.
This big each. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have real. We established I don't have real life friends, so I've never played a multiplayer game on
so
Switch.
It's you out there, and you've got like 4 stuffed Pikachus, and you give them Joy-Cons, and
how did you? Do you have a camera in my?
Yeah. Used to live with you, Justin.
So the other big news from today is not Pokemon or Sonic related. It's Mega Man. You spoiled it earlier.
The surprise.
So is it because you're so excited about Mega Man 11?
No, I just figured you were more excited for Mega Man 11 than the other one, so that's why I guessed Mega Man 11. I mean, I don't know. I never played the old. Let me switch back to the game for this. Did I? Oh. I never played the old Mega Man games. I always wanted to, but I never did. So I'm curious to play this. I did play Mighty Number 9.
Well, that's not
very
the
good.
That's not. That's selling yourself short.
I know,
That's selling
I know
the
that's a bad
series
example.
short.
And then I played Mega Man Legends.
Mm-hmm. So you're probably going to try this one out.
I'll probably try this one. Yeah.
So it got a release date. It said the story is that we got a release date, but I don't think. Oh, there it is.
October 2nd.
It's coming October 2nd. I just lack the ability to read. And this one's going to be coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and PC. It'll have those classic gameplay, just like the old series, but the 2.5D visuals, which at first I thought looked a little mobile-y, like kind of like a mobile game. But the more I look at it, like I think it looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And Dr. Wily has, once again, Dr. Wily comes back, stolen upgrades from Robot University to power up his robots. But you have new upgrades for Mega Man as well. So you're able to buff your attack power with one gear or slow down the game with the other. You can activate both to restore some of your health. And using these too much causes Mega Man to overheat, preventing use of any of the gears. So it's a very different mechanically from previous Mega Man games.
Okay.
But is that different enough to bring in people who haven't played these before, or maybe who just thought they were too hard? Like Mega Man, I think is a series that's known for being
very hard,
very difficult, and having
Some
to memorize
might call
a
it
stage.
The Dark Souls of
It's the Dark Souls of platformers, or is Dark Souls the Mega Man of?
No. You can't do it backwards. It always starts with the Dark Souls of.
So fortunately for sucky players like me, there's going to be a newcomer level, newcomer mode where you can't die from falls, and a bird companion named Beat will come to rescue you. That's how I will play. You'll probably play on Superhero, which gives Mega Man only a few pips of hit point, so you die really quickly.
Nope.
Because I thought you were esports.
Nope.
Well, so that pretty much wraps up the biggest stories that we had. There's a couple other things that we'll be watching and looking out for today. Anthem has tweeted out some very interesting things. I don't know what that means, or whether we're going to get an announcement today.
They were decoding the word decoding, which I thought was really stupid.
It's a hard word. You have to start somewhere. Decode. And there's probably some other streams going on today, or other events happening in the office.
Yeah, there's a stream after this. I think it's of Pokemon Quest.
Wow.
Unless they changed it, but I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon Quest.
Yeah, so if you're sitting around and you don't want to go through the trouble of downloading Pokemon Quest to your Switch, you can watch us muddle through it. I think that'll be Jean-Luc and probably Eric Tay.
Sounds about right.
or the biggest Pokemon fans in the office. Unfortunately, we don't have Callie here to actually walk us through those because she's still in Tokyo. She'll be coming back next week, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And Michael too, right? It's other people all week.
Michael Hyam might be rejoining us on Friday. You won't have to put up with me again, but tomorrow we should have two very special guest hosts from the UK who have actual experience hosting and don't just sit around playing Hearthstone all day like I do. And I don't know what you do.
I'm going to
Jake.
end this.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for watching today. And that was GameSpot Daily.